Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Monday, February 6th, 2023. We are about to do a live, in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now based on my current location in the state of New Mexico in the USA. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. We also have these energies inside of us as well, but we are often unconscious of that connection. In doing this puja, we are activating a positive connection both within and without with these particular light beings. They will send their positive blessings into our lives and also into our world. This is the chart of today in my local area. This is using the South Indian style layout of the chart. I've drawn the chart in chalk on a chalkboard that's laying flat on a little side table here. I also have a container of water, a lit tea light, an incense stick, a bell, a little raisin, and a bowl of fresh flower petals that I'm going to use in doing the puja. I start with using the water. I put ring finger of my right hand into the water, and I'm sprinkling drops of water on all four sides of the blackboard chart, sprinkling a few drops of water on top of my own head, and sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, everyone is participating with a sense of being purified for the puja. Next, we invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and also is a patron of astrology. Om Shreem Gang, Om Shreem Gang, Om Shreem Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja. I ask him to remove obstacles for the lives of all of you in your physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your lives. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of you now and always. And we thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial to us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Yanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we honor the time elements that are active in my local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. In my area right now, the day is Monday, which is ruled by the moon. I'm going to put flower petals on the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Next, we honor the star that the moon is in. Next we honor Rahu because he's a planet that Dr. Pillai also associates with Monday. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moon is in a star called Magha, a star of royalty consciousness and high self-esteem. I put the flower petals on the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area right now, it's the first waning moon, which is called Pratipat in Sanskrit. I put the flower petals on top of the moon on the blackboard chart. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Om Pratipat Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area right now, that's Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we're going to acknowledge the yoga and the karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these time elements, we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Shobhana, which has energies that are gorgeous. Shobhana, Shobhana, Shobhana. And the karana that's active right now is one called Kalava, which has energies that are social. Kalava, Kalava, Kalava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said in this part of the puja, we would look at whatever sign is currently the ascendant, shown here with the letters AC. This is the sign coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area at the moment. This is the sign of Kumbha, or Aquarius. Dr. Pillai said we would start with honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture to its importance at the moment. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now, starting in Aquarius, we're going to go around the chart in a clockwise direction, honoring the planets, the stars they're in, the archetypes that rule those stars, the planets that rule those stars, and also the planets that rule the signs that various planets are in. We start here in Aquarius, which today has Saturn, Venus, and Neptune in it. I start with honoring Saturn and put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give us blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I ask for blessings for all of us from this star and put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We ask for blessings from all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars on the blackboard chart. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Next, we honor Venus for being in Aquarius. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Venus is in a star called Satyabisha. One of the symbols for this star is 100 physicians. It's a star with a lot of healing energy, as well as interest in esoteric subjects. I put the flower petals on Venus on the blackboard chart. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Om Satyabishaye Namaha. Satyabisha star is ruled by Varuna, the archetype who rules the rains and the oceans. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Om Varunaye Namaha. Satyabisha star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Neptune for being in Aquarius. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can give blessings for enlightenment, charity, and purification. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of silence, stillness, and forgiveness. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian of all the zodiac signs, today containing Saturn, planet of patience, structure, compassion, and Venus, planet of joy, happiness, beauty, enjoyment of the arts, and material plane comforts. And Neptune, a planet that helps with our intuition and our ability to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, going in a clockwise direction around the chart, the next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttarabhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. We ask for blessings from this star. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttarabhadrapada's star is ruled by Ayurbundia, an archetype who can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and valuables, including our treasure that is the earth itself. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Om Ayurbundiaye Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Uttarabhadrapada's star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn on the blackboard chart. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Om Sanishwaraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spirituality, and also a planet that can help with wealth and everything related to banking and legal matters. Jupiter is a planet that can help with optimism. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus. Both of these planets are in the same star, so we will invoke both of them before we invoke the star. I start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus for being in Aries. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Om Bharanihe Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. We ask him to help us to be merciful and just towards others, and for there to be justice in our world. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Bharani star, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha, or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies. Today containing Rahu, a planet that can help us make friends with new technologies, and Uranus, a star that can help with success in life, higher intelligence, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi, or sign with the planet in it, is Vrishabha, or Taurus, which today contains Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star of beauty, prosperity, creativity, a star with tremendous energy to help us with manifestation. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Om Rohinihe Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creation and creativity. He's also the husband of the goddess Saraswati. We invoke him, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini's star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha, or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and a great love of luxury and comforts. Today, containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi, or sign with the planet in it, is Simha, or Leo, which contains the moon. The moon, we will honor the moon, and I put the flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Magha, a star of royalty consciousness and high self-esteem. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Maghaye Namaha. Om Magaye Namaha. Maga star is ruled by the Petries. These are ancestors who have gone up into higher planes of light, who are able to send us their blessings. Om Petrisye Namaha. Om Petrisye Namaha. Om Petrisye Namaha. Maga star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Simha or Leo is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Simha or Leo, a zodiac sign of power, and a zodiac sign that can help us with things related to the government. Today, containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu on the blackboard chart. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, archetype who rules the wind and the air. He's also the father of Hanuman. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now, we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put more flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, and harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Danas or Sagittarius, which today contains Mercury. Right now, Mercury is not got any flower petals on him, so we're about to take care of that. We put flower petals on him. He will be going into Capricorn later today. So this is his last morning for us of being in Capricorn, in Sagittarius. We honor Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Dhanus or Sagittarius, the zodiac sign that is the most idealistic and noble-minded of all the zodiac signs. Today, containing Mercury, a planet that can help with communication and with business and with our sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also the sun. I start with honoring Pluto and put flower petals on him on the blackboard chart. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in Uttarashada star. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Om Uttarashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the sun for being in Capricorn. I put more flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that gives blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. we pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, a planet that helps with rationality and science, and the Sun, the planet that is of our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk and the many little piles of flower petals. And in the air, I circle the light around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of fire with its heat and light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a lit incense stick to offer the element of air and a sweet fragrance, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Next, I take a bell, offering the element of sound, and I ring that around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction. Now I take a little raisin, a piece of fruit representing the earth element, and I pass that above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering this. Later, I will eat it as a piece of prasad or blessed food. Now I make prayer hands, and I make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings to bless all of us and to bless our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our schools, our workplaces, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have love in their life. Now and always, I pray for everyone to have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, clean air to breathe, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. peace, 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 peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you so much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Right now, if you have any questions, you're welcome to post them in the chat, and I will do my best to try and answer them. As I mentioned earlier today, later tonight in my area, Mercury is going to transition or move into Capricorn. And so he will be in a new sign for us tomorrow. Again, Capricorn activates ancient past life skills and abilities. And so Mercury going into Capricorn could help some of us with business, perhaps. As among the planets, Mercury is the merchant planet. It helps with all forms of buying and selling. And some people may have done very well in business in past lives, and some of that energy might come back and be stimulated for them. It's also the planet of communication that helps with our writing, our speech, and even our nonverbal communication. So it may help us to become more refined or to draw on skills from past lives in those areas. And it's also a planet that helps with our sense of humor, our ability to laugh at ourselves, to lighten up, and our ability to put a smile on the face of other people. This is a tremendous skill to have, the ability to be funny. There can be times when if there's a really tense meeting, for example, if someone can make a joke, it can cut a lot of tension in the room. And the ability to make a joke that's not hurtful to other people, but is just funny and makes people laugh and allows them to relax for a moment. It's a great gift to have. When we relax, the light can come in. We become more receptive to light. And so this ability to be funny, to be able to make a joke, to put a smile on people's face, it's a great service to be able to have that. I see Dickie asking in the chat, how can one get rid of physical being, suffering, fear, ideas? There is a mantra called the Mrityunjaya mantra. It's a mantra for Shiva that helps to get rid of fear. It helps to dissolve fear. I can't post it in the chat. It's a little bit long. If you email me, Dickie, I can put my email here in the chat for you. I can send it to you, and I can also send you some links of it being chanted. But this is a mantra that helps to dissolve, fear. And that's one thing that I could send to you. So it can be dissolved. That's the good news. And then the other thing is to focus on positive things as well, to put your mind deliberately focusing on what do you have gratitude for at the moment. Because when we're grateful, that opens up our heart. And when we're in that state of gratitude, those other negative energies don't have as much ability to claim hold on us. So it's also just a good idea to express our gratitude for the blessings that we do have. That we have the ability to connect to the internet, that we have the ability to join together with like-minded people, that we have a roof over our head, if we have that, to just look at the many blessings that we do have at the moment. So that's a good question. I just would like to be able to respond to you in email to give you a little bit more information for that one. There is also a very simple mantra that Dr. Pillai gave many years ago after 9/11 at the first public seminar that he did in New York City. When he came to town, I was like, what is he going to say to these people? Everyone in the area is just so depressed at the moment. And he gave us this sound. I'm putting it in the chat. Narbavi. It means good things are going to happen. It's a sound that was given by the crow sitta, Kakabashunda. And it's a sound to bring hope into the world. And for me, after 9/11, I was living in the New York area. And like I said, I felt everybody around me was clinically depressed for quite some time. It was a lifeline, like a life preserver, to just hold on to that sound. I liked it because it was simple to remember. Narbavi, Narbavi, Narbavi. Good things are going to happen. Dickey says these fears feel so real, and the loop grows that creates so much alienation. Then I would say, Dickey, for the short term right now, make a loop out of saying Narbavi 3 times and pause, then 3 times and pause, like this: Narbavi, 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 and pause, Narbavi, 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 and pause, and let that sound take root in you. Let it, water it, repeat it, either out loud. You could write it, you can chant it, you could, do it with the mala beads. Each set of 3 would be like 1 bead if you were doing 108. So I feel like you have to allow the positive sounds to come into you. You have to take that step that might be done in faith, but these are sounds that I found really helpful for cutting through the negative energies that were around the area after 9/11. I mean, really, we were all so shocked and so out of our minds for quite some time. So I understand, Dickey, that energies can get in and it can feel overwhelming at times. But this is why we use the sounds. Narbavi, Narbavi, Narbavi. Good things are going to happen. Narbavi, Narbavi, Narbavi. And you have to make a choice to go down that positive path with your mind, and also to stay busy doing positive things. If you don't know what else to do, maybe clean out your closet or mop the floor, or just get busy and do something. Don't just sit and stare at the TV or the news and feed on that fear energy that they put into the news. Allow yourself to stay busy doing something positive. Go feed a hungry person, or clean your house, or do something. But the one of Dr. Pillai's saying is like, just get up and do something. He wants us to be active. One of his expressions is, I want you to be as busy as bees. And if you've ever had the opportunity to be around a beehive, they're all very busy. They each have different jobs to do. Some are out gathering the pollen. Some are, creating the little cells in the beehive, the honeycomb for the pollen to go into. Some are feeding the queen the pollen, etc., or the honey. But they all are staying very busy. And that's an important thing for us to do, to not despair, but to stay busy with something positive. So think of, what can you do to help another person? When we start to focus on what can we do to help another person, it takes the focus off of our own problems or off of our own ego, and it puts us into that service mode. And that is something that Saturn especially can really help us with. All of the planets are happy with us when we help others, when we help with either our time, our money, our energy. All the planets like it when we do that. So that's always an easy remedy. Dr. Pillai has said many, many times, the fastest way to access the grace of the divine is to feed a hungry person. Dickey says it's not even like thoughts now, but the space that have created in mind and body. So you may have to visualize, Dickey, kind of going in at a particle level, at an atomic level, into the mind. The mind is not an object. The mind is a process. And so you have some control over the process of your mind. You can go in, we all have atomic power in our mind. You can go in your mind and visualize receiving light, allowing the light to dispel the fear. Like it's just a smoky thing that you can blow away. So those are some thoughts that I can give you just quickly. Again, if you email me, we could correspond a little bit more over this, and I can maybe give you some other suggestions as well. It was a good question. And it looks like people in the chat are appreciating the reminder of the Narbhavi sound. And so I'm appreciative, Dickie, that you gave us the question so that we could all look at that a little bit and rededicate ourselves to being positive, to holding that thought that good things are going to happen. Narbhavi, Narbhavi, Narbhavi. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close out for today. I want to always be respectful of your time. I will be here again tomorrow. I apologize that the charts for this week are not available on club.astroved.com. AstroVed migrated servers over the weekend, and my ability to be on the admin side of club.astroved.com and upload images for the charts has not been restored yet. So I reminded them in email this morning that I need that fixed. So we'll see how long it takes them to get that sorted. So again, the charts will be available on the screen, but on club.astroved.com, it has the stars and degrees and all of that stuff. So I apologize, I don't have that up yet. I'll try to do it as soon as I have the ability again. All right, namaste. The light in me genuinely honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. I'll see you tomorrow.